Christie here, back with another scrapbook process video. This one is using the March hip kit again, and yeah, I was inspired by some of the pieces. First of all, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope that you stick around and check out my other videos. And if you like what you see, I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube community and hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you just have to click the notification bell and it will notify you when I post a new video. So that's out of the way. Let me just go over briefly what I was thinking about, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this paper was my inspiration. There's tons of butterflies in this. I actually haven't used it, but it was here in this kit. So I'm gonna fussy cut these out. I am going to pick out all of the butterflies from all of the things that are in this kit. There's stickers, there's the cut fussy cut, there's die cuts in this exclusive pack here, there's some in the thickers. So yeah. And then I have this that I used, if you remember my last process video, this was how I started my page, and it was a NYX. So I set it aside, but I don't want it to go to waste because I really like the colors. So I have an idea for this one. But yeah, that's the ideas. And I will go ahead and put you on fast forward so we could work through this layout. Thanks. All right, so here I'm showing you the butterflies that I cut out, and I used a couple different dies. So the big butterflies, I used a firefly die, and then the small ones and the one that I just showed you is from Stampin' Up, and I'll leave the link down below for my Stampin' Up website for you to see those. So I have used the paper that I had previously not used on my other layout and used that to cut out the butterfly groups. And then I used the firefly, I believe that's what it's called. I got it from Tuesday Morning to cut out the big butterflies. And then the center of the butterflies is cut out from one of the Maggie Holmes Sunny Days paper that came in this kit. So I just use that as the center, and here I'm just gluing them down, like all the three big ones down together. And I wanted to leave the wings up on these so that they'd have some dimension. And so I'm just kind of glue them down, and you'll see me glue all the pieces down together. I glued the little edges of each one so it moved as one piece. I put some gesso, some white gesso on this not pattern paper, on this white cardstock. And then I used my Lindy's Stamp Gang spray mist from our kit this month. I got this from the color kit to add some pink to the background. Now I'm using this, I'm not sure what brand this is. Sorry, I don't remember. I think it's Kaiser Craft actually. And some modeling paste to add some dimensional butterflies to the top. And I'll do this kind of spraying all down the side, like across the page. And it'll just be a subtle little hint underneath the die cuts to add another little dimension to the layout. And I really like how this turned out, but I had to do it in sections because I didn't want to smear the butterflies. So I did that one, I let it dry, did the next one, and I didn't want to bore you with doing this all down the page. So I'm going to kind of skip ahead here in a minute, and you'll see them all done. It ends up smearing anyways, but I just use my Cricut metal tool to kind of get the little edges out that are smeared. Even though I waited, just for some reason I have a hard time with some of these templates, like the back, it doesn't sit down securely, and so it kind of smudges. It's kind of annoying. So all right, maybe I didn't skip ahead. Maybe I showed you the whole thing. So I'm just adding this across the side. I just wanted it to seem like the butterflies were flying across the page, and here's a close-up of what it looks like. I wanted just you to see that. And then I'm putting this little piece back on top. Well, not little, but putting this piece back on top. Here's the pictures that I'm using. These are pictures from my daughter's graduation from high school this past May. So I'm just putting them here on some tissue paper, and gonna add some dimension and texture to these pictures. These scissors are by Tim Holtz, and they are enormous, and I love them because they kind of help me get across the whole snippet here without having to cut, you know, too many times. So mounting them on this card, on this piece of pattern paper, this is another Maggie Holmes Sunny Days paper, and then I ripped the bottom and used my edge distresser on the edges to create some distress and dimension. Now I'm just cutting out this piece because I kind of felt like it was wasted and tucking the pictures down underneath here. I got this sticker book from Tuesday Morning for this specific layout. So you saw me put the little gold, I kind of laid it out or put it over and then didn't put it on, but I will end up putting that on. It says She's a Wildflower, I believe. I'm adding these chipboard hearts around the page, and then these are gold die cut from the Sunny Days collection that I picked up at Joann's on sale last week, and I added those to the edges of around the picture. And I'm gonna put this as well, some more texture. I just love layering. One of the things you'll notice about my style is that I love to just layer upon layer upon layer because it really adds dimension, it adds texture, and I love that aspect of layouts. So I'm looking here at the Sunny Days sticker sheet to see if there's anything that I want to use. I end up putting that aside and then adding more of these leaves to the edge of the to the sides of the picture. I really like those die cuts. I actually got 2 sheets of them because they were on sale, so pick those up. All right, so I'm looking for some titles, something to add to the page. I really didn't feel like this needed a ton of stuff because the butterflies and the mixed media made it so busy. I felt like I didn't want to distract by adding a zillion embellishments. So I add these little hearts tucked in. I add that She's a Wildflower up at the top, and then I end up adding my title there to that top corner as well. I end up stitching the centers of the butterflies down, only the ones that have the pattern paper butterflies as the centers. Here I'm gluing everything down, and later I will also stitch, trying to just add it to the parts so that I leave a little bit more dimension on the butterflies, that the wings will pop up off the page. I use Scotch tacky glue or quick dry glue in my fine liner bottle, and it really is good because kind of as soon as you press it down, after just a few seconds, it's kind of stuck, and it works really well on top of the mixed media, and that is a bonus for sure. All right, so let's see, I am gonna glue these things in here now. I added more leaves and more leaves. I wanted to add that pop of gold. I thought that would be a good addition down to the bottom corner since I have it with the hearts and also with the She's a Wildflower sticker. All right, so you saw me use my magnets, and now I took them off because it's all adhered, and I'm just adding little pieces, some extras that I had. Actually, one of those is the ones that I cut off from under the picture. I'm just adding them here and there. I didn't want them to go to waste, and using my tweezers to add the teeny tiny ones down. I also wanted to add a couple of these ones that have their wings back because I thought that would add a little bit extra taste to the layout. I don't know. I had them cut out and really just didn't want them to go to waste, and I liked that added bonus of a different style of butterfly. All right, so I glued down my picture and still fiddling with these butterflies here. Once I get them all in place, I will go back. I'm looking through some die cuts, seeing if there's anything I want to add, and kind of fiddled with this a lot, more than I probably should have. Oh, well, fast forward. I got the title down. Kind of skipped some, I guess. All right, so I used my thickers. These are from the kit. So the Go is from the thickers from Sunny Days. The Shine is as well, and then the letters are from the kit as well, and you just get an alphabet set. So I use those Go, Shine, Conquer, and then I add a chipboard plus sign. So it'll end up saying, she's a wildflower, then Go, Shine, and Conquer. And I really like that sentiment for the idea of a graduation page. Here I'm just poking holes to do my stitching. I kind of told you about that earlier. And I use my ruler to make sure that I have them spaced far enough apart, but didn't really need that. And then you saw the stitching, so I used like a mint green, a dark blue, and a pink, and I stitched the center of those and kind of alternated the colors. I'm fiddling with some more die cuts here to see if I want to add anything, and I end up not adding any of the die cuts. The other thing that I wanted to do is add some color to the corner, this bottom right corner and the top left corner of the page. So I end up settling, I think, on this pink dot. So I rip it, and then I use my edge distresser to add some distress, and then I end up gluing it down. I wanted to do this part before I put the title because I wanted the title to fit on the white part, and I didn't want to put it down and then end up having to take it off and realign it. So you see here on the back, I'm cutting off the edges of the butterflies, but I used some washi tape to stick down the thread on the back of the page. I really, really like how this looks with the pink there. So here I'm adding the letters, trying to get them to fit, make sure that they're on right, and you'll see me get my T-square ruler here in a minute to make sure that they're all straight. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this alphabet because it's kind of unique, and the epoxy finish sometimes I struggle with more than the chipboard and the foam. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna like this, but it ends up being perfect. So here's my T-square ruler. The thing is a lifesaver. If you do not have one, you need to get one. I think I got mine on Amazon for like $1.50, $2. I know Joann's.com has them, but that is one of my favorite tools because I like to make sure that my titles are straight. So here I'm just adding the word shine, and then I'll go back and use some of my quick dry adhesive to make sure that they're stuck down well. I auditioned several different things. I had this ampersand, I had another skinny plus sign. I don't know if I used the other big ampersand, but that one might have made an appearance too to be auditioned, but I'm not sure. So, but I ended up liking the way the chipboard looks because it ties in the chipboard hearts, and kind of, then you have kind of like 3 different quote unquote fonts for that. Okay, I'm making sure it's straight. A little glue. That one did not want to stay down. Yep, I even tried that one that went with the shine, but I felt like it just blended in. I felt like I needed something a little bit different out there. Sorry if you hear background noises. I'm actually enjoying a beautiful day in South Florida out on my porch. So there's lots of wind, and you can probably hear some airplanes rolling on by. So I'm sorry about that, but I couldn't resist sitting outside for a little bit and doing this voiceover. I hope that it's nice in your neck of the woods. It's certainly fall-ish here, which means instead of 90% humidity, we're probably at about 60%. So, but I'll take it. I will take it. I ended up tucking this gold flower on the side of the title there, where it says Go, Shine, and Conquer. I add some of those die cuts from the Sunny Days. I cut out the floral and tucked it behind there. So, all right, so what I did here, this is super confusing, but instead of cutting 2 strips, I glued the whole paper down because I have a really hard time getting the 12 by 12 right. So what ends up happening is I end up having to kind of fiddle with it. It ends up being crooked, and then I get annoyed. So here what I did was I just glued the whole thing on top
That way I was ensuring that it was 12 by 12, that it was straight, and then I just cut the excess paper off and that I can use on another layout. But I did forget that I was going to add this under, so I had to kind of peel some of the adhesive up and then put it back down. So this layout was so much fun. I really, really love these butterflies. I am obsessed with all things Maggie Holmes, and I really, really, really like how this turned out. I did add that black and white butterfly to the top corner because I felt like it tied in with the black. I end up adding the XO as well down below so that it kind of brings in that black and white as well. It's going to be right there to the left of the picture. I will tuck that in, and then Best Day Ever goes on top. I end up using the black and white bow, which is in one of the elements of the Hip Kit Club kits this month, and I'm not sure which one. I don't know if it's in the embellishment kit. I don't remember. Oh boy, there's a motorcycle. I'm so sorry, guys. It's entertaining at least, right? So I'm adding in the sticker from the Sunny Days sticker sheet, those butterflies, because I figured I would use those. I thought about using this gold butterfly, and I end up gluing it down, and then I end up taking it off and putting a different one there. So yeah, I really, really like these kits. I struggled with this at first, and it took me a really long time to create, but I don't know, I really like how it turned out, and I love the dimension on it. I love how I'm going to show you here at the end the dimension when everything's kind of dried, but I really, really like how this turned out. I am adding a bit of washi here. I kind of got aggravated with it, but I end up getting it. I put a little bit on each side. I end up taking some of I did use the sticker sheet, the exclusive Hip Kit sticker sheet. Those are the stickers, the label stickers that are there under the Best Day Ever sticker from the thicker sheet. I end up adding some of those, and that exclusive set is so good. The die cuts and the stickers are really, really good. And you see me going back to that plus sign, and I'll take it off again. It's glued down, then I take it off. But yeah, so I really, really enjoyed doing this layout. I hope you like it. I wonder, do you guys love butterflies? Or some people, it seems like, are butterflies lovers, and some people just don't like them. So I always am curious to hear. Some people love hearts, some people love butterflies, some people love it all, and I'm one of those people that love it all. All right, so there's the bow that I added there. And I'm kind of wrapping this up. I keep fiddling with this thing, and then I end up just peeling it right off, and I don't know, it just kind of seemed like it drew the eye there, and I didn't like that. All right, so here's a close-up of the finished product. Added some epoxy enamel dots, that label sticker, and here's the dimension. So I'm gonna have some close-ups here as well for you to see. Thank you so much for joining and watching my video. Bye.